So, the so called final film by Talapati Vijay with director H. Vinod Jananayagan. A portion of friends are very excited that this is the last film by Vijay, and therefore it's like a must watch, go day one of the show into theaters and so on. But now, the interesting question, how many of you all really believe that this is Talapati Vijay's genuinely final movie, that he will never ever act in a film after this? How many of you believe that? This is a very interesting thought. You can share in the comment section. Do you think Vijay will stop acting after Jananayagan? Just answer yes or no. See, most people look at the issue or the event from a fan's point of view, right? Like, oh, my favorite star, or even like if you're a public, oh, there's one nice hero who's now gonna be no more. Let me just go and catch him one last time in the theater, right? But what's interesting, if you look from the performer's angle, right? A performer knows that he has to keep his audience engaged. He has to always create some drama, some issue that keeps his name in the headline, keeps things interesting for his fans. If he just keeps repeating the same thing, it's going to get boring. Now, the good points of Vijay we've already talked about before. He gives simple entertainers that the common folk like: 3 fights, 3 dances and songs, kill the villain or whatever it is, and then the hero saves the day. Very simple thing people want. You see, but the problem is people get bored. If he does that for the third movie, the collection is going to start going down. So in the past, there are a few films whereby some drama happened due to politicians, maybe Jayalalitha, maybe BJP, right? Make something controversial, put a poster with him smoking and drinking alcohol, create some turbulence in the media, and things go. But people are going to get bored of that as well. So how do you keep the interest going, right? Short of just leaving films for a few years, like what Shah Rukh Khan did, what Amir Khan is doing now, until recently at least, he needs to find some other thing to keep things going. So entering politics could be viewed as such a thing, because he wasn't like very famous for being interested in politics or doing heavy welfare prior to his desire. In fact, in many ways, his fans and fans of other heroes used to be famously attacking each other, for example with Ajit and later with Rajinikanth, right? This thing is not very new. It's been done by other entertainers before many times to keep interest. Stone Cold Steve Austin, for those who follow American wrestling, he left in year 2003, I think, and then came back a few years back. The Rock also did something like that. Hulk Hogan came out of retirement a bunch of times. In athletics and sports, Mike Tyson came back after many years, right? So people say this is my last. And even comics, those who love comics, Superman is dead, headlines screamed, and the so-called final comic of Superman came out in December 1992. What happens after 10 months? Well, Superman is reborn. He comes back. So for an entertainer, this kind of change of directions and so on is part of the techniques or methods used to keep the audience engaged. Although Vijay is a person who prefers to live in a private, some people say selfish life, silent, and go in his own way. However, his career is such that he does need to do this kind of movements to keep things going. Personal dramas, again, we do not know what's true and what's not. He's fighting his father and all. He definitely did go to the courts. He's being too close to Trisha, the actress, according to some people. So there are pros and cons of these things. Sometimes as an entertainer, they do some things to keep the headlines going. Anyway, if despite whatever his intentions were in politics, if he does try to do something good, well, then I think it's good for everybody. But otherwise, we'll see. So what do you all think? Share in the comment section. Will Vijay come back or not? What are the odds?